If the exposure is really low, it's because the settings were way off for the camera and I put the exposure super low so when my kids take photos of me, it's easier to edit. But I am back doing vlogs. I say this every single time, but this is the first time in a long time that I've actually pulled out this camera, and the reason I don't like using this camera too often is because it overheats at like 7 minutes of filming because it doesn't have a fan and there's nowhere to like connect a fan or something like that. I don't know how everything works, but yeah, so I can only film for like 7 minutes at a time and let it cool off. I also got a new memory card that I'm strictly using for this camera because you have to like format the memory card every time you switch it over, and I could risk losing my footage if I switch it from this camera to my Canon camera. So I'm just not down to mess with that because I've lost all of my daughter's birth footage on my old Nikon camera. And I'm traumatized, so I have a bunch of memory cards and an external hard drive. Like, I don't mess around with that stuff. But right now, you won't be seeing this in real time because I just don't think it's really safe for the kids and me. But right now, I am making lunch. The kids asked for ramen, but I have been trying to do like actual meals. Like, I was like, okay, do you want me to make like burgers? Vegetarian for Nixon because we used like Beyond or Impossible, and then just regular hamburger for Lo. I would make those from scratch, but they was just like, no, we just want noodles, because they haven't really had like lazy food from me because I've been trying. Skylar is at ALC, which is, I think it's advanced leadership course right now, because a few months ago he made E6, which is staff sergeant in the Army. When you like get a promotion and you go up a rank, you have to go to schools to learn how to be like a better leader, whatever. You know, I don't really care about that military stuff. Anyway, he went when we lived in Hawaii, and I think I was vlogging during that time when I was pregnant, when he became a sergeant, and now he's a staff sergeant. So he had to go back to Missouri to do his schooling for 45 days. So it's just the kids and me. And I'm like, okay, I can vlog. But I have recently changed my views. Not really, like it could always go back, you never know. But right now I just don't really feel comfortable posting the kids online as much as I used to. Just because, one, like I said, their safety, there are weirdos. Two, it's becoming even more common for like weirdos to like save foot. I don't know, it's always been a thing, but now it's been brought to my attention even more, and my kids are getting older. Like, I want them to have their own stuff offline, so you'll hear me talk to them, whatever. Like, it doesn't matter if they're on camera or not, they won't be the focus. I've mentioned that before. Like, I don't want them to be the focus of my content. I am just fine by myself. Like, I've gotten to this spot in my life, documenting myself. So yeah, that's why like sometimes I'll post photos of me with the kids and I'll just have them like look away, or you won't see like their face as like the focal point of the photo. That's just because strangers don't need to know more about my kids than they know about themselves, you know? My forehead looks super shiny right now because I use a dewy foundation, but I usually set it with powder, except this time I didn't have my powder in my bathroom, so I have to wait to get it from my backpack because I took that powder to set. I didn't even think about it. I haven't talked about this on YouTube, but I have started to look into doing background acting again. I know I did a YouTube video years ago when I was on set, or not on set, but when I was preparing for Godzilla versus King Kong, or Godzilla versus Kong. And I was like, you know what? One, I can drive. Two, I live close to a major city. Not super close, but like it's doable. Three, my kids are in school all the time. And four, I work from home. So if I can find it in my schedule, maybe I can find some background acting jobs. So a week ago or 2 weeks ago now, I want to say, I went to University of Washington and I was a background actor on season 2 of The Sex Lives of College Girls. So that's why I don't have my powder, because it was in my backpack that I brought. Let me finish making lunch for the kids and then I'll get back on here and show you what I'm doing if I leave the house or anything. It's been like 8 hours since I last filmed myself, and no, I didn't go anywhere today, but I do have my makeup partially done because I had a work meeting. We schedule these online events. We schedule in-person events, but because I can't go to the in-person ones, I like to go to the online ones. So I was in a Zoom call that should have been like 40 minutes to an hour, and it ended up being 2 hours just because I was just chatting it up. One of the surrogates, or soon-to-be surrogates, and I were just talking about life. That's probably what I love about my job the most, is that I get to just talk to people in an informal manner. I mean, like, I have to do really formal stuff sometimes, especially because I work for 2 different agencies. They're owned by the same person, but one is in Hawaii and one is in Pennsylvania, well, Philadelphia. The Hawaii one is always laid back, you know, just how like people on the islands are. They're just really chill and family, and people in Philadelphia are more fancy. Not fancy, but they're more like business. So some of the things we have to do, like if I have to do like an interview or something, it's just a little bit more, I don't know, like businessy, like professional. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, sometimes I get nervous because I'm like, oh my god, like, do I have to dress or talk or look a certain way? And I don't. It always ends up being fine, but it's just, they seem so official, especially because like with that agency, our clients are like less likely to interact with the other surrogates or whatever. Like they don't, I mean, everyone's adults, like not everyone needs a community, but for the Hawaii ones, like the surrogates like to get together and meet up and chat and talk. I feel like the Philadelphia ones kind of already know what they're getting into, and they're like, okay, I've made the decision, I'm done, I don't need anything. I don't need any help other than what's the next thing I have to do for my journey, which is, I respect that. I was lazy when I was a surrogate. Like this other person would set up these events that were like almost weekly, and I always felt obligated to go, and I went out of my way to be there, and then I was just like, I don't have to be here. But yeah, so I didn't get to do anything. I wanted to go to like Home Goods or something and get some baskets for the kids' toys that are always in my living room, but I couldn't do that because the call went on so long, and I didn't even get to finish my makeup. Like, it's already worn off and messy. The lighting is such shit in here. I was just trying to do some gray sparkly moment, but it's not looking the way I want it to. God, I don't like how this exposure and all that is. I feel like this is so cool toned, and this camera used to be super like warm toned. Oh my gosh. I can't really see that well, but I'm using the viewfinder to gel my brows up and over, not straight up. Oh my god, I can't really see. Oh, that's another thing. I don't know if I talked about this, but like I cannot fucking see. And I know that happens as you get older and as you have more pregnancies, but I've had like perfect vision my whole life until I think after I had my daughter, it kind of like was tricking me a little bit. And when I went to the DMV like a few years ago, the lady was like, you should probably like get your eyes checked because you missed some of those. And I was like, what? No. And I thought it was just like me wearing lashes that day that got in the way. But then when I gave birth to the Suro baby, I just have been noticing my eyes just not working correctly ever since. I have glasses. Oh yeah, I already talked about this. I have glasses, but I fucking like, I filmed that I was talking about not being able to see, or I don't know if I filmed this or if I talked about it in my meeting today. I sometimes will go like in a room, and like if I move too fast or something, I don't know, this might just be like me not eating enough and this happening when I run low like on energy or something, but I'll get like this like gray fog, like cloud, and I panic in the moment, and I'm like, what the fuck is on fire? What is smoking in the house? And everyone's like, nothing. I'm like, you don't feel like it's like this warm cloud energy? And I'm like, no. What the fuck is on fire? I have to check out the windows to make sure that like our neighbors aren't barbecuing or something, which is fine if they are. But obviously, when you live in like a shared space, like we're connected to neighbors, you don't want to like miss anything like that, because a little smoke that you could like put out right away, if that goes like, you know, unnoticed, it can turn into something huge and ruin everyone's lives. But I mean, it's nothing. I was just like, okay, I was asking the kids, like, no, nothing. Like, we don't smell smoke, we don't see anything, nothing. I was like, okay, maybe it's just my vision. But yeah, that randomly happens, and it's really fucking scary. All that to say, I can see. How many times am I gonna be like, all that to say, da 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 da, like fucking ADHD poster child over here. Okay, I keep forgetting what I'm supposed to do. I am supposed to powder my face because right now it is about 9 o'clock at night. I put my kids to bed already because I was just tired. And I did my makeup like this, not only because I had to work, but also because when I do have to work, like where I'm going to be making an appearance, whether it's in a meeting or an interview for one of the agencies, I like to look good, and then I get to like use that hair and makeup or outfit for later in the day when the kids go to bed, and I can film TikToks because I don't know if anyone follows me on TikTok. If you do, like if you've noticed, I post a lot on TikTok, and I'm not just like posting every day or like filming every single day all day. I will wait until like I look a certain way. Some of them, like if I don't have makeup on or whatever, I probably filmed it in the moment, and then I was like, oh, this is too good to like refilm. But I have ideas all throughout the week, and I just text myself like, film this. And then when I have my hair and makeup done, it's like I don't want it to go to waste, so might as well stay up and batch film TikToks, and then I can make sure that I post at least one TikTok a day. So that's what we're doing right now. I am finishing my makeup, and I'm going to make some of the TikToks that I had saved in my phone. My kids still aren't asleep. I'm out of breath. I had to run downstairs and turn on the air conditioning because I forgot that I turned it off. Because it's fucking cold, dude. I'm tired of freezing in my house. One, I'm always cold. But then two, because of my ADHD medicine, I am even more cold. So when I'm on my medication, I'm fucking freezing. Like my hands and feet are ice cold. I thought I was gonna get a break from freezing cold weather, but, well, because Skylar's gone right now. But I have children who are just like their father. I had to go turn the air conditioning back on so Nixon could fall asleep. Oh my god, I have a pimple right here. Yeah, I like it too. The lighting doesn't look great. It looks better on my phone, but yeah. Okay. It's like almost 2 a.m. and I am finally batch creating TikToks. What is batch creating? You probably already know. But like I said, when I have my makeup on, I'm just like pumping them out. All the ideas just come to me, and then I spend hours like editing and then being like, I can leave the other ones for another day to edit. I don't want to put clothes away. I don't want to do laundry. I don't want to do anything because these kids wear me out. But then when it's time to go to sleep, I'm just like, I don't want to go to sleep either because I know I'm going to have to wake up and do it all over again. I love the peace. I think it's only difficult for me because I am working. I work from home part-time, and I just stress because I know I like lose out on daylight, and when I film I need daylight. But also I have 3 different time zones I'm working in. One is Hawaii, one is Philadelphia, and then one is here. When I'm here, that's when like I'm able to do things and obviously be awake for that kind of stuff. That's when I'm able to like respond to emails too if I need to. That's when I'm able to like get my kids situated so I can try and film things for work. But then also like I still do my own social media. Like I have a small following on TikTok, and I try to stay consistent and film consistently. So I have to work with the lighting here, the time zone here, but then I also like have to hurry up and get stuff done the night before or like in the morning if I'm wanting to post like for the Philadelphia page by the afternoon or before it's like too late at night, because they're like 3 hours ahead, and I'm like, oh my god, it's exhausting. Like I feel like the Philadelphia people and I are like not awake at the same time ever. Like But Hawaii, I love the Hawaii time zone because it gives me like a little bit of leeway. Like I can handle my stuff first, and then like once I get the kids like chill and they're like waiting for dinner or like they already ate, I still have time to post for Hawaii, and it doesn't feel like, why is this girl posting so late at night, you know? All right, it is the next day. We are at Home Goods because I need to get some baskets for my living room for the kids' toys, because they don't really play in the room all day because it's upstairs, and they don't have a playroom here like we did at our old house. And we have like the sectional that kind of like cuts off part of the living room, so you can't really see their mess behind there, and they play there. But I want like nice baskets so it doesn't bother me, and so they actually have a place to put their toys when I tell them to clean up, and they don't have to like stress about it. They can just dump it all in the baskets because I really don't care. So I am at Home Goods. I hope they have stuff that's like big enough but not expensive, because these fucking like nice baskets are so expensive for no reason. Like 20 bucks, you're not gonna find one for that price. You're gonna find one for like minimum $40. So maybe I'll get like 2 or 1 depending on how expensive they are. These kids keep arguing over Taco Bell, and don't start arguing, you guys. I'm over it. All they do is fight over stuff that doesn't need to be fought over. I feel bad for anyone who has multiple children. My mom had 3 of us who were all around the same age, and I know we argued a lot, like, because my brothers annoyed me. Anyway, I'll see if I can bring you guys in. I usually don't film in stores because I get overstimulated and these kids stress me out, and I'm always like, you're gonna get stolen. All right, so let's go. I found this basket, and I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect for the toys because it's the basket like look, but it's a chest. So I think I'm gonna get one of these. It is 49 bucks. I think it's worth it. So this is what I ended up getting. I have one of these, but a little bit smaller in my living room, and I think it would be cute like next to this. My kids wanted a basket that was a little bit bigger, but it looked exactly like this, and I feel like it would just be super boring, so I needed some contrast. Okay, we're home now. There was so much fucking traffic. I only have like, it was only gonna be 4 exits away, and it took like 35 minutes to get home. I literally thought that I took the wrong freeway entrance at first. I thought I accidentally was going north when I meant to go south, and then I was like, oh no, I am going the right way, because I'm like, this is how it looks. But because it like jumped from like having, I don't know, 20 minutes left of my ride to like 37 minutes left, and I was like, what the fuck? But also, like, while I'm over there struggling shopping today, because with the kids it's always a struggle because they're always like and they're talking to me when I have to like check out and want to make sure I'm not being overcharged, I'm not overcharging myself on accident dealing with them, and I'm not accidentally stealing anything. My fucking purse breaks. Like, it was all scrunched up before, and now I heard like a snap or something, and there that goes. You can't even see me. Okay, we stopped at Safeway and got some noodles, and then like, what are the odds? Why does this always happen to me? Every time I like want to film something, someone pulls up next to me or comes home. Like, I literally never see the person I just saw right now. Like, I don't know who lives over there. Drives up. Oh, we also went to Trader Joe's, which was actually the most stressful. It was so packed in there, and I don't think I've ever had this issue at Trader Joe's, but today it's like no one had any like situational awareness. Like, I don't know, give people bubble space. Like, I would get my cart and try to be out of the way of everyone, and then people would just come and like scoot and like grab things from in front of me, and I'm like, can you fuck off? I literally had to be like, that's like the millionth time that's happened today, and I just like walked away. So I only got like $20 worth of things, which is probably like 3 or 4 things at Trader Joe's. So I'm finally back in the house. The kids are just relaxing right now. I need to clean my kitchen, but first I want to show you guys what I picked up, and then I'll just put the stuff away. This is not going to be healthy shit, so if you're here for healthy shit, you can skip this. I'm just getting things that I just need to like grab quickly and go, because we have a busy weekend. We have to go pick up my brother from the airport, drop him off at his hotel, and his hotel is like an hour and a half from my house. The airport is like an hour, a little less than an hour from my house, so it's like an hour and a half all the way there. It's not like another hour and a half, but still, it's gonna be a long drive. So I want to just like grab some things that I can feed the kids, because I've been like cooking all week. And then we have baseball games tomorrow. We might be hanging out with our friends tomorrow. And then Sunday, we're going to go to Street League, like the skateboard competition, you know, in Seattle. Well, it's actually called Street League Seattle, but it's in Everett, Washington, which is where I'm dropping my brother off today. Let's show you what I got. So I went to Safeway because it was right by Home Goods where we were at. I don't know if these are the hot noodles that everyone gets to do like the little challenge, but I love these. Like I eat these all the time. I try not to get them a lot because I know there are a lot of calories. It's like 500 something just for one package and then full of sodium. So this will be like my only meal for the day. Not every day, just like today because I was rushing out the house and I didn't eat anything today. So I'll have this and then I'll probably have something later. They're so hot, but I eat them with a bunch of lemon juice. Next, I got these little mandarin oranges. My son loves these. They're nice and easy. Am I on camera?
Yeah.
Okay. I got this for me. I love these with lemon juice. We were like all out of ramen noodles, and so we're like, fuck, we gotta get them because they come in handy when you're just like, we need to go. Because I have really picky kids, and they're like basic picky. They're not like, I want this, and this. They're like, no, I only want this. Or sometimes they don't even want like their regular things. Can you see me on it, Sissy?
Yeah.
Okay. Next, I got 2 of these because I just remembered when we were at the store, luckily I checked my phone, that I have snack duty tomorrow at Lowe's baseball game. So I got 2 of these because I don't know how many are on the team, and there's 12 in there. Oh, I think there's another bag in the living room. But here's what I got from Trader Joe's. Like I said, I was really irritated in there. It was so crowded. No one knows what bubble space is. But I got myself a mozzarella tomato salad. Pretty basic, but I love like the Capri salads or the Caprese salads with these little mozzarella balls and like, you know, spring mix and grape tomatoes. Thank you, love. I got that for myself. Oh yeah, back to Safeway. The second one. I got this for my daughter because she loves these hot and spicy soups. I also got one of these for my daughter because she likes a little variety. And then Nixon doesn't eat the other ones. He likes just the plain ramen. So we just got one of those. This isn't like normal grocery shopping because we are going to go out of town. We'll be in California visiting my family. So I just need quick things for the weekend. Now from Trader Joe's, I got some of this Mexican style roasted corn. Like, it'll be easy to make some like esquite. What is it, esquite? I always called it like elote because I'm used to like on a stick, but I didn't even know there was a word for it, not on a stick. Obviously you can do it the real way. I'm just trying to do it quick. I know this is like white people stuff. Okay, my son's a vegetarian by choice on his own, and we love these Chipotle vegetable quesadillas. I get so mixed up because when I'm talking to white people, I will like whiten the words because they don't know what I'm saying.
Still on camera. Or
to my kids because they don't know what I'm saying. So I'll be like, yeah, Chipotle vegetable quesadilla, or I don't say quesadillas or quesadillas. I say quesadillas, like even if I'm like whitening it up, but.
You said queso.
The Chipotle vegetable quesadillas. Anyway, they're good. They're vegetarian, they're bomb as fuck. So I got 2 boxes of those. They only come with 2, that's annoying. Like, and just for my daughter, quick snack, like probably in the morning if we forget to eat breakfast before baseball. She loves these little like cheeses and the meats, okay? She thinks she's Italian girl. It's not, she's Mexican and like German, British, whatever, Tennessee, country, southern. So that's that. Is that all I got? Oh, I also got like the Kool-Aid jammers, the grape pouches, but they're still in the car because I was too lazy to bring them up. I also just remembered I bought eggs. I'm not a bad mom, okay? I buy the necessities, but I put them in the fridge before I did that video because, you know, we were in traffic. I don't want to risk anything. So now that I'm home, I'm gonna show you why I needed some baskets, and I'm realizing I didn't get enough, but I spent $90 on 2 baskets just for toys today. So I'm gonna have to like keep adding things. This is what I was talking about. Like the back of our sectional cuts off here, and then you can like go to the stairs. And I kind of just let them play because they're used to having a playroom at our old house. But I don't want this to be a mess. And I'm always like, you guys clean up, but it's like, I haven't provided anywhere to like clean up. Like they have this random old bucket and all these toys. Like I literally went through all this a few weeks ago and threw away trash And there may be more trash now, but I'm like, it's like I went through it, you know? So I still have to put frames up. So I got these and I thought it'd be nice because this one's a little bit different than this, and the white will add some nice contrast. The only thing that sucks is, like, for Christmas, my mom and sister, you know, they went all out. They got the huge Barbie dream house with the elevator and all that, but it like goes higher than the couch. So it's like, ugh, whatever. But, you know, they have to play. And I'm not gonna put this in her room if she's like never up there. And I like when she has like a friend over, I can supervise, because, you know, I obviously have like such young starter beginner military family furniture, because I went to my daughter's practice and there was an older lady who was way more established, I think retired, and was high ranking in the military. She's like, why do you go to IKEA? Why do you go there? It's cheap furniture, it's not good, it doesn't last. And I'm like, I was so annoyed, because I was like, well, when you start out, like, what do you, soldiers start off with like $900 paychecks every 2 weeks. Like, I'm not going to buy a nightstand that's $300 when we're just starting out. That's a third of the fucking paycheck at that point. And like, she wasn't getting it. And I was just like, and then the movers always damage your furniture. So I'm not gonna buy like a bunch of expensive furniture that can't be replaced just for the movers to damage it and not even be compensated, because that's a whole other thing. I've had our cheap stuff damaged and I was just like, whatever, I'll just take it as a loss because I don't care. I had these little things in our guest room when we lived in Hawaii, but we don't have a guest room. We don't even have 3 bedrooms now. So I just put them here because my husband kind of made like a little separate sitting area. This little sofa was also in the kids' playroom at our old house. Everything switched around, but I do like how it's like separated, you know? I'm trying to put more frames up on the walls. My husband did this when I was gone one time, and I thought it was sweet that he wanted to like get stuff together, but I didn't have the heart to tell him to like fix it, because that's not eye level. Like, that is way too high, especially for our TVs. Yeah, no, but he tried. And then he put this clock up. Whatever, we don't need to have a perfect house. It's 11:39 p.m. and we just got home from picking up my brother from the airport and dropping him off at his hotel. We left my house to go pick him up from the airport at 7:30. We got to the airport at like 8:15-ish, and there was like a lot of traffic getting into the airport. Then after we left, it was like fast, but his hotel is like half hour past the airport, so it takes me like 40 minutes to get to the airport, and then get to Seattle is like another 20 minutes from there. But then past Seattle is where he's staying in Everett, and that's like another 30 minutes. So I typed in the maps earlier today to see how long it would take from here all the way to his hotel. An hour and a half. So yeah, I left here at 7:30-ish, and we got him there around 9, and then I waited to make sure he like got into his room. And of course, I don't know what it is, but like every time you go to check into your hotel, there are issues. Like, so there are some issues. They try to say that like it wasn't booked for certain days. No, because it wasn't my brother who booked it. It was like people who work for Tech Deck, because he has a relationship with Tech Deck, like kind of like a business like friendship relationship with them, because when he was like 14 or something like that, 14 or 15, he won a Tech Deck competition at the Maloof Money Cup in Orange County. Ever since then, like, he's just been cool with them like that. And like when we were in high school, they couldn't find like a kid to be in their commercials who knew how to skateboard on a real skateboard, knew how to tech deck on their tech decks, and who actually was like good looking. And then they're like, well, what about the kid who won the contest? And ever since then, he's been working with them like on and off throughout the years. But pretty much like every year he goes to Street League. Usually goes to the ones back home in California, but this time they flew him out to Seattle to go to Seattle Street League, but it's not actually in Seattle, it's in Everett. But I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna have you like pay for Ubers. I can just take you to your hotel from the airport. So yeah, it is almost midnight. I'm exhausted, and I think the toy thing is gonna have to wait till tomorrow, because I have to be up and get the kids to their baseball games and make sure I don't forget snack and all that. So I'll see you in the morning. Maybe not in the morning, because I'll probably be rushing. I'll see you when I have time. Saturday.